Mission 15, the Gate Crasher. Control the tower, control your destiny. Swordmaster. And we're working with Shotgun, Spiral, Rebellion, and Cerberus. My buddies. Good, good, good.
Come on.
Let's go, guys. Wait a second. These guys are so interesting looking. I love that they employ some angelic art in the game. This one and actually the first one as well, where Mundus is. God dang it. I keep missing him with the sword. I keep wanting to put it in because, or throw the sword at him because it'll do damage over time, but they're never on my level. But yeah, so like there's always some angelic imagery near the end of most of the May Cry games. I can't say that for the second one because I never got through it because it was so terrible. But the first one had Mundus's chamber was very white and angelic looking, and then this one has these angels here. And a couple missions later, there'll also be some more heaven-inspired scenery. And Devil May Cry 4, most of the demons were dressed up to be angels in the first place. So nice little clash concept they have going on. It's a shame, though, that most of these games, except for, what was it, Darkslayer? Darksiders. Except for Darksiders, usually omit the angels entirely, insinuating like heaven has no place in any of these wars or battles that these half-demon, half-men are involved in. Which I think is a little irresponsible of our Lord upon high, to just ignore everything and leave the humans to do the deeds. Ah, he got his armor back on. Take it off. Thank you. And of course he stands just within the terrain, so I can't kill him. But it gives me an opportunity to taunt for some more double triggers. There we go. And one thing about this mission is that there's a lot of things to fight, and a lot of things you actually don't have to fight. I'm choosing to opt out of the fights in most of these cases because it just wears you down, and there are a lot of them. Looks like an elevator control switch, but something's missing. There are 3 indentations to insert objects into. 3 indentations. I actually don't like this particular part of the level because it just puts you in a room so you can hit a switch and then you can leave the room again. I mean, why not just put this switch in the room I was in? Or even where the spiders were. Give me some reason to fight them. Essentially, after hitting that switch, the core of the tower will spin clockwise? It spins in a circle. And now the door I just left will lead me to a different area. Well, not this one. It's, yeah, that one there. So I guess there is a trigger in this room, but this there's a gate in front of it when you come in here in the first place, so you have to hit that switch to remove the gate so you can use this button. Just let us have the button, you know? As you can see, now the tower is rotating. Yeah, I got a little confused earlier. I thought the original switch rotated the tower. That just opened up that switch so we can rotate the tower. My bad. Speaking of rotating, now we have bladed gears in this clockwork room. And blood gargoyles to annoy us. You can stun them into stone with your guns, but since I don't have ebony and ivory, I don't have a lot of the mobility that I would have to stun them on the go, since you can't fire spiral while in the air. And then there's this room. When they hit you like that, they actually whittle away a little bit of health unless you take too much damage, and then you'll actually get knocked back. So it's okay to walk right past them. That was close. That was not. Oh, really? Come on. I just double trigger out of frustration. That gives you a little bit of extra health, so it works. And as a reward, we get a piece of candy. The Ori-Halcon fragment. One of the 3 things we need to open up that elevator. And now we have to go back through this with the camera at a disadvantage to us. But if you play a little bit of the memory game, it's not that hard. I think all of the blades follow the same core pattern, just different levels of it. The right-hand blade moves a different speed than the left-hand blade, and it's just different speeds all the way down. Alright, let's move past here. Yes, the blood gargoyles are still here. Now, you don't actually have to hit this particular switch. You can go back to the room where the spiders were and hit that switch, and it'll do the same rotation. In fact, it's probably a better idea than what I'm doing right now. However, I just thought that I don't normally use that, and I'd give it a shot this time around, and it was a bad idea. Pardon me while I pour a beer. Today's beer will be Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy, a light, frothless beer with lemonade mixed in within it, and perfect for hot summer afternoons. I give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Its price makes it very drinkable, and it's delicious because it's lemonade. Alright, now I've poured that. You might have noticed just then, I walked straight up to the sideways spinning blade pylon, and took no damage, because there's actually a safe spot right there. So once you run into that wall, you can just jump over safely and not ever have to worry about the blades. Pardon me, spiders, I'm out of here. I'm not going to waste my time with you guys. Oh, and here's that switch again. We are 2/3 of the way done. But you can see why I'm skipping past these monsters. There's really no reason to take them out. At this point in the game, it would just be for red orbs that you would do it. But since I already have everything purchased, there's just no reason, especially on very hard mode, to whittle your own self down. At least the music's nice, though. I was thinking I should do a sing-along at the end of this, but I don't know how you guys feel about that. Not that I don't know. I mean, I do like the song. Anyway. Now this room is probably the hardest one because there is no safe spot with these blades. And these guys here, you have to take care of them first because they will push you into the blades. Alright. Tap jump here. Ugh. If you have Trickster, it's easier because you can just jump and then air dash over. And the third piece of candy. I don't know about you, but that Ori-Halcon fragment looks delicious. Alright. Well, at least you're over it. There we go. I like this room in particular because you can see the sky on the left. And earlier when I was standing on that one pedestal, you can see that Temen-Agru has grown from what it was before, and the scenery has changed. I mean, like, this tower is actually a really cool character in the story, because it changes along with you, along with the story, along with the plot, and, I mean, it's fantastic level development, if you ask me. Plus, it gives you a good reason to reuse resources like this room. Now, I'm going in here just to show that if you use that switch 3 times, it takes you to this area, where this path leads back to the human world. To enter the demon world, one must proceed towards the heavens from the central route. It's essentially giving you a chance to go back down and pick up anything you missed along the way, or also gather more red orbs from more kills. But, I mean, this is like kind of survival horror action, and unless you're just really good at the game, there's no reason to go back and gather all those red orbs with this mission. When you can just play like the first mission over and over and over again and just kill those guys for red orbs. It's short, sweet, takes like 3 minutes. Anyway, moving on. We picked up all 3 of the Ori Halcon fragments, so now we have to fight these spiders. Actually, I've always liked the spiders because they're difficult to fight. They're always a challenge, and like they're not easy to stun. You almost always have you always have to stay on your toes with these guys. See, like that there. Those attacks will sneak up on you. You usually have that sound to guess about, like, to telegraph their attacks, but sometimes you don't hear it. I mean, sometimes it's kind of off screen. Sometimes they're on the wall about to web you. Sometimes you just gotta stay alert. Like that, dodging that one attack. And there's the web, but I was in the air, so it's okay. Jump. I love the shotgun, but I wish it did more damage. And I wish these guys stood still so I can Cerberus them easier. And I want to use those kinds of moves, but they're always on the move. It's one down. Yeah, big hit there. Ugh. The basic Swordmaster additional move you get for Cerberus allows you to flick the nunchucks over your arm quickly and repeatedly. But it doesn't have very good range. It's a great way to like extend combos, but again, no range. That move is the level 3 Swordmaster move you get for Cerberus, and it makes you invincible while you're in that ice orb. At least I haven't found anything to break that ice orb, and I haven't really used it much, so I don't really know for sure. But while you're invincible, it does damage as well, so it's a pretty handy move when you're surrounded. I like how Cerberus is actually more of a defensive weapon with Swordmaster, as opposed to the rapid assault offensive weapon that you would imagine it being. These guys take so much damage on very hard mode. Get off of the wall. Since they don't stand still, it's hard to lock them down for some good damage. And they also block your attacks. Get out of the way. Whoa, get out of the way. But that's the point of playing this game randomly, isn't it? Discovering new things to do with the old stuff. Breathing new life into the game. I hope you've enjoyed this so far. I mean, I actually have really enjoyed making this. Even if it's just for myself. Even if I never get more than like 30 subscribers and only like 2 of them watch this. I don't care. This was actually a lot of fun to do, and I highly encourage people to play the game themselves, you know, and really explore its depths of action, because there's a lot you can do, and you don't. Oh yeah, split in half, right? But there's a lot you can do with all the weapons and gadgets you have. Although I am still a little disappointed that Artemis isn't as good, or isn't good at all. I've been messing around with it off camera, and I just can't find a use for it. Unfortunately, I have it next mission, so we won't see very much of it though, because it's just so difficult to use practically. I wish I could throw that sword down, or up, or have it lock onto my target. That was the problem in the beginning of this video. I couldn't get it to just go anywhere but straight ahead, like playing a Mega Man game. Yeah, so now we insert candy. And voila, elevator. To the top, Jeeves. More? Really?
plucks the threads that make us dance finger and toe. We surrender, in joy, to the lowest of the foul and rank. We submerge through darkness, rancid filth. Hour by hour, we move downward, ever closer to hell, in a slow, steady gait. Now, let the world resonate. Sloth, gluttony, greed, envy, lust, wrath, and pride. A bell of chaos that tolls human desires. After 2,000 long years, the once sealed gate to the demonic world will open. Destruction! Carnage and despair! Let your instincts drive you. Entrap this world in fear, as its very name, timidly gloom, strikes terror into the heart of mankind. Then I will become the ultimate ruler of this wasteland, engulfed with pandemonium. The demonic power that Sparta once imprisoned will be mine!
Man, that voice actor did quite a job, didn't he? I love that speech. Anyway, did anyone else notice there were 7 bells, 1 for each sin? Later on, I might see if I can get like a camera close-up on each bell so we can see the difference between them. But for now, let's save this, have another mission done, and proceed on to the top of Temenegru. Proceed onward to our destiny! Hope to see you then. Okay, thanks, bye.